today. Okay. Yes. So today, by yesterday, we have studied about the uh, winding up of companies, and winding up of companies can be done in two modes. One is your winding up by the tribunal, that is called compulsory winding up of the company, and second one is winding of the company through the company means by the shareholders themselves. So these are the two modes which we have actually studied yesterday, and now completing coming to session number 24. There are certain secretarial compliances regarding incorporation of the companies, regarding issue and allotment of shares, further regarding the forfeiture of shares. So these things we will be studying today, and this is session number 24 is required to study that. So let me just show you session number 24 itself, because that is regarding the companies itself. If you see over here, I will just show you where we stand and how we are doing, and uh, let me just show you where we are putting up at present. Yeah. So here we are, the secretarial practice and law relating to the formation, issue, allotment of the company, session number 24. Okay. Is that okay? Fine with all of you? So this is here we are, where we presently are. So what I will do is now I will share my presentation with you again, and we'll start with the same. Hope you are able to see it. Right. So we will be doing this secretarial compliances regarding the incorporation of the company. Now, what do we mean by secretarial compliances? Actually, we have already studied about the process of each and everything. But secretarial compliance is regarding, preparation of or keeping certain documents, or you can say some documents to be deposited with the registrar of companies, and compliances which are to be made by the company. And the company secretary is responsible for doing all these compliances as such. So in that case, we are just referring to the secretarial compliances regarding the incorporation of the company, and other secretarial compliances also which are given over here. So we will be starting with that, and we will be doing it accordingly. Right. So let us just proceed further with it. So the first most thing is regarding the incorporation of the company. So we already studied, and I will only be taking the steps particularly for which are required for incorporation, and according with the and along with the documents which are required for, and what are the compliances which are to be taken care of. So step one is regarding the obtaining the director's identification number. This is called DIN. So obtain the director's identification number for the proposed directors of the new company registration, and to be of which registration is to be done in India. And this is the duty of the company secretary to ensure that all the directors must apply for the director's identification number and get the director's identification number as such. So this can be obtained in 3 to 5 days, and it can also be performed along with obtaining for the digital signature certificate of, for the companies also. So this can also be done, because this digital signature is also required for each directors, because not only DIN but the this digital signatures will also be required for each of the director, because everything happens online in case of the companies. All the compliances are done online, and all the documents are also signed online. So digital signature is to be applied on certain documents which are to be deposited with the company, not only in the at the incorporation but throughout the life of the company. There are various places where the digital signature is required to be placed. So second step 2 is regarding obtaining the digital signature, and it also takes 1 to 3 days. So what can be done is both the things can be applied simultaneously, and both the things can be received by the company as such. Okay. Further, the checking the name and the availability. So at least there should be 6 names in order of the preference which should be taken by the company secretary, and you can say 2 to 6 days it can take in order to confirm the name. So form number 1A with the registrar of company is to be filed for the proposed name of the company along with the preference in which the names of the company is to be put. Step 4 is regarding memorandum of association and articles of association of the company and various companies forms which are to be deposited. So drawing up of a memorandum of association, articles of association is to be done, and getting the appropriate person to subscribe for the memorandum means those people who have agreed to be the director, they will be the people who will be subscribing to the memorandum. So if you are going for a public company, there has to minimum 7 people for public company and 2 for a private company. If if it is a private company, in case when you want to just subscribe for the memorandum of association, this is the minimum people who are required. Maximum can be maximum up to the maximum limit of the private company, and any limit in case of public company, but these people are not at all practically possible for everyone to just subscribe for the memorandum of the association of the company. So there are certain forms which are to be prepared and which are to be deposited to the registrar of companies. Next is the stamping. So that application is to be made for the stamping of the you can say that proper stamping has to be done, and the superintendent of stamps has to just do the stamping, and the stamping is done on the memorandum and articles of association of the company, and the stamp duty is totally based on the authorized capital of the company. Whatsoever will be the authorized capital of the company, proper stamp accordingly has to be pasted, or you can say has to be applied on the stamping on the documents of the company. Further, then all these documents will be filed to the registrar of companies. So you have to present all the documents along with the registration fee to the registrar of company to get the certificate of incorporation. This can be done only in one day itself. Okay. Next is certificate of incorporation and the common seal. So receipt of the certificate of incorporation of the company, this can be done within 3 to 4 days of filing the certificate. And if everything is actually complete and everything is up to the mark, then the registrar of the companies will issue the certificate and will and meanwhile what the company has to do, they have to obtain a common seal also, which has to be applied on various documents of the company. Further, step 8 is regarding the certificate of commencement of the company. This is only required in case of a public limited company. So after getting the certificate of incorporation of the company can apply for certificate of commencement of business from the ROC, and it can be obtained within a period of 15 days. So this is the complete process of incorporation of a company along with the compliances which are to be done by a company secretary. So now further this particular, if you see this, there is a link given. So applying this link, you can just open and you can just see what else can be done in order to go for the you can say certificate the sorry other things regarding, suppose you want to form another company, another type of company. So this link actually comprises of various other things. It's not opening because the net is very slow. So no problem, you can get it opened. So I have already told you how to just go for it, and one process I have already told you. Remaining process, if you want, you can just study it from the internet and just with this link. Okay. So let us just proceed further. I think it is still going with it. So let me just close this program once. We'll again start it up. Yeah, hope this is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, fine. So yeah, yes. So next is the secretarial compliance regarding the issue of shares. So share certificate is a document. You know about the issue of shares. So I have not given the background what the shares are, how the shares are issued. You know it very well because we have already studied it. So we'll directly come to the issue of shares and what are the legal compliances regarding that. So share certificate is a document which is issued by a company evidencing that a person named in the certificate is the owner of the number of shares of the company as specified in the share certificate. So share certificate itself is a conclusive proof of the ownership of the shares of the company itself. So share certificate is not a negotiable instrument or a warranty of title of the company. According to the provisions of the Act, the share certificate issued a company shall specify the shares held by the person, and the share certificate shall be prima facie evidence of the title of the person to extent of that shares. That is given in section 46. So where shares is held in a depository form, the record of the depository is the prima facie evidence of the interest of the beneficial owner. Okay. So this particular, not article, you can say this particular portion is analysis of various provisions act, because I have taken it from net only because I was not at all getting the compliance that at one place if I get the compliance, this was the particular thing. I will share with you the website link also. There are other compliances also you want to just have a look of that, you can do it. But some certain things which are in our syllabus, I have just taken that only. So the first is the authority to issue the share certificate. So when a company issues any share capital, the share certificate of any shares held in the company shall be issued in pursuance of the resolution passed by the board of directors. So whatsoever shares are to be issued to any of the members, so the company has to issue the share certificate only by passing a resolution, because this is regarding company's ownership. So you are actually diluting the company's ownership of the existing owners and you are extending it to someone else for the sake of some money which you are getting from them. So their resolution has to be filed, and that resolution must be in compliance with the rule 5.1 of the company's shares and capital share capital and debenture rules 2014. Further, distinctive number of each share. So every share in the company having a share capital shall be distinguished by its distinctive number. So there has to be distinct and distinguished number of each and every share. And because if it is not there, then you will not be able to recognize that what shares you have given to whom. So, however, the said provisions are not applicable when the shares held in the dematerialized form. Dematerialized form, then it has to be, held like this only. Further, the details on the share certificate. What should a share certificate comprise of? So, share certificate shall have the following details: number one, the name of the company; number two, the name of the shareholder; three, the registered office and address of the company; corporate identification number, SIN number of the company itself, website of the company if there is any, email ID of the company if any is there, registered folio number in which that particular share is registered. Folio number is the register, because company has to maintain the register of the shares. So folio number is the page number where this particular share certificate is lying, or you can say from where you can find the number of shares that from this number to this number this certificate belongs to this people, and it is given on which page number of the register of the shares of the company kept by them. Okay, so the share certificate number has to be there, distinctive numbers of the shares which are issued to that person whose share certificate it belongs to, paid up amount per share, and the date of issue. So every certificate of the share shall be in form number SH1. So there is a complete format which is given by the government regarding the issue of share certificate. It has to be in a particular format. So this format is given in the form number SH1. Okay. So further, stamp duty of the share certificate. The share certificate shall bear a requited stamp duty. Why? Because money is concerned. So it's an agreement between the shareholder and the company that he will be acquiring certain shares in the company, and in return, in exchange of the money which he will be providing to the company, and he will also be having a right to exercise his right to receive dividend also as a result of having this share certificate. Further, the signatures on the share certificate for the companies other than one person company, the share certificate should be under the common seal. Why other than one person? Because that person will only be issuing share certificate to himself. So there is no need for anything like issuing the share certificate. So the share certificate issued under the common seal, if any, shall be signed by two directors or by a director and a company secretary. Wherever the company has appointed a company secretary. So in case the company has a common seal, it shall be affixed on the presence of the persons required to sign the certificate. So these are the compliances which are to be followed. These all are to be documented in the minutes, because resolution is to be passed and along with the resolution, these all compliances are to be noted in writing so that this becomes an authentic document. Further, the signature on the share certificate in case of one-person company, then the share certificate needs the signature. For OPC, it shall be sufficient if the share certificate is signed by the director and the company secretary or any other person authorized by the board for this purpose. So this is what is regarding the OPC. Further, director's facsimile signature on the share certificate should be there. Director shall be deemed to have signed the share certificate if his signature is printed thereon as a facsimile signature by means of any machine, equipment, or other mechanical means such as engraving in metal, lithography, or digitally signed, but not by means of rubber stamp. It should not be a rubber stamp, but it should be present on the share certificate. Your facsimile can be present on the share, because there will be n number of share certificates. So every share certificate director cannot sign. So this is a mechanism by which the name the signature of the director can be placed on the share certificate of the company. Okay, so however, director shall be personally responsible for permitting the affixation of his signature and the safe custody of the machine, equipment, or other material used for the purpose. So if there is any material which is being used over there, then director will be held responsible personally for that. Or otherwise, he may sign it or he can use any other method, but whatsoever he has signed, he will be held responsible for it. Corresponding reference in the register of members. So particulars of every share certificate shall be entered in the register of members, that to such and such person share certificate has been issued, because as soon as the share certificate is issued, the the person will become the member of the company and his name should appear in the register of members. Further, the maintenance of share certificate forms and related books and documents. So all the blank forms to be issued for issue of share certificate shall be printed, and the printing shall be done only on the authority of a resolution of the board of directors. So if you are going to print any share certificate, because share certificate is as good as cash. So if it is you can emblazed or something like that happens, so the person who has done it will be held responsible, because the other person who is having the share certificate in his hand, it will be a prima facie proof that he is a member of that company. So because this is very sensitive matter, that's why the printing and all should be on the authority of a resolution from the board of directors. Next is a blank form shall be consecutively machined number, because because if something is missing in between, it can be identified, and the forms and the blocks, engraving, facsimiles, and use relating to the printing of such forms should be kept safely. So blank form shall be kept in the custody of company secretary or such other company as the board may or other person as the board may authorize for this purpose. The said person shall be responsible for entering an account of these forms to the board of directors. So committee of the board of directors or appointed company secretary or duly authorized director shall be responsible for the maintenance, preservation, and the safe custody of all the books and the documents related to the issue of share certificates, including the blanks form of the share certificate. So these all are to be incorporated and issued. Further, the preservation of the books and the documents related to the share certificate. So the books and the documents related to the share certificates, including the blank forms, shall be preserved in a good order for not less than 30 years. So up to 30 years, this has to be preserved. So the things which are related before 30 years can be thrown off or can be destroyed, but up to 30 years this has to be preserved, because these are the evidences which have been created and to whom the shares were issued. Even the company may go for winding up after a certain period of time. So those people who were there, if some scam has happened some years back, so who were the shareholders during that time? can be properly identified. Okay, so however, certain disputed cases, said document shall be preserved permanently also. Okay, so that is the thing. So if some dispute is going on in the court of law, so the documents have to be preserved till the dispute is over. All the certificates surrendered to the company shall be immediately be defaced by the stamping and printing on the word cancelled in bold letters and may be destroyed after expiry of 3 years from the date on which they are surrendered. Even the surrendered certificates have to be there for 3 years, right? Share certificates shall be destroyed under the authority of a resolution of a board of directors and the presence of a person duly appointed by the board of directors. Okay, so these are the things. Further, duplicate share certificate, what happened? What is the provision regarding this? So a duplicate share certificate may be issued if such share certificate is proved to have been lost or destroyed and such share certificate has been defaced, mutilated or torn and is surrendered to the company shall comply with the following conditions, that is in writing in you can the renewed or a duplicate certificates, which are these things are given under Rule 6 of companies share capital and debenture rules 2014. And further is regarding, just a moment. Yeah, further is regarding the timeline for issue of share certificate. So unless prohibited by the provisions of the law or any court or any order of the court, tribunal or other authority, every company shall deliver the certificates of all the securities within the following timelines. So to the subscribers of the memorandum of association, within 2 months from the date of incorporation, the certificate should be issued. To the allottees, that is the shares, within 2 months from the date of allotment. If the share certificate, if the shares are transferred, then within 1 month from the receipt of the instrument of transfer, or you can say intimation of transmission. To the allottees, that is the debentures, within 6 months from the date of allotment, the debenture holder should be given the debenture certificates. If the securities are dealt in the depository, the company shall intimate the details of the allotment of the security to the depository immediately on its allotment. Okay. So this is regarding further. And what about the timeliness of the issue of the duplicate share certificate? In case of unlisted companies, the duplicate share certificates can be issued within 3 months from the date of submission of the complete document with the company. In case of listed company, it has to be early. It has to be within 45 days because the trading will start in the stock exchange and accordingly it will affect the things. Okay. So any problem up till now or anything you would like to ask me, please tell me. Come on. Anything, anyone? Okay. So I'm just proceeding further. So next is regarding the sectoral practice regarding the forfeiture of shares. So this is to be noted that the Companies Act does not provide any section specifying the forfeiture of the share. This is very, very important thing. There is nothing given in the Companies Act regarding the forfeiture of the share, but Regulation 29 to 35 of Table A, however, provides the procedure. So Table A is regarding the format of articles of association. So it is implied that the company can forfeit the shares subject to 2 conditions. Number 1, if there is such a provision in the articles of the association of the company, and only when the shareholder has failed to pay the call money and not any other dues by him due to the company. So if he has not paid the call money, then also his shares will be forfeited, and such forfeiture provision must be there in the articles of association of the company. So the company may reissue the forfeited shares at any price. There is a and there can be a capital profit. Okay, so reissue forfeited shares is not a case of new allotment, but more or less a case of transfer. So it will be a transfer of shares, not an allotment of shares. So all the provisions regarding the transfer of shares will be applicable in case of reissue and not the afresh issue. Okay, so this is to be noted further. So accordingly, a company secretary has the following duties in respect of the forfeiture of shares. What are these? Number 1, to arrange the board meeting to take a decision on the forfeiture of share after the first reminder of the payment of call money to the defaulting shareholders has been issued. Second, to issue a second reminder to still defaulting members with a caution that the shares may be forfeited if the call money is not paid within the specified period. So first reminder is to be given without this thing. That just a simple reminder that if you please pay the call money as soon as possible because you have made a default in it. With second reminder, what is happening that you are just now saying that if you will not pay the money, then your shares will be forfeited. C point, to have a resolution passed in the board meeting on forfeiture, and even if the things doesn't happen, then you can pass a resolution of the in the meeting for the forfeiture of shares and to make necessary changes in the register of members and to cancel the share certificates of those members who are not paying the call money. In case forfeited shares are reissued, the company secretary has to make the further entries in the register of members to issue the share certificates to repurchaser and to see that necessary entries are made in the books of accounts. So this is regarding the forfeiture of the share. Next is some secretarial compliances regarding the transfer of shares. So transfer of shares is actually, because company provides this facility of transferring the shares and debentures to anyone else. So this is actually with the public company. So usually following steps are to be taken by a private company to give effect to the transfer of shares, because normally in private company the shares are not freely transferable. So what can be done in the private company to have the transfer of the shares? So what is to be done? So if the company secretary has to see that he has to get the transfer deed in form number SH4, which is duly executed by the transferor and the transferee. So transfer deed should bear the stamp according to the Indian Stamp Act and stamp duty notification in force in the state concerned. The present rate of transfer is 25 paisa for every 100 rupees of the value of the shares or a part thereof. And further, one should not forget to cancel the stamps affixed at the time before signing the transfer deed. Next is the signature of the transferor and transferee in the share transfer deed must be witnessed by a person. So we have to record the witness also. Further, attach the relevant share certificates or the allotment letter with the share transfer deed and deliver the same to the company. So in the share transfer deed should be deposited with the company within 60 days from date of such execution or on the behalf of the transferor and on the behalf of the transferee. So after receipt of the transfer deed, what board shall consider the same if the documentation of the transfer of share is in order or not, and board shall register the transfer by passing a resolution. So this can be a simple resolution because both transferor and transferee have agreed and they have gone for stamp duty. SH4 has been given along with the other documents submitted, and then this resolution can be passed in the meeting of board of directors. The chairman informed, because it has to be at the name of chairman. So transfer deed will be the name of chairman. Chairman informed the board that the company has received one share certificate request accompanied with the share transfer deed duly filled in, signed, stamped, along with other related document for approval of the transfer of shares. The matter was discussed and following resolution was passed unanimously. Resolved that the consent of board of directors of the company be and is hereby accorded for the transfer of equity shares as per the details given below. So these are the details of the equity shares, and from transferor to which transferor. So now see, this was in the folio number 33. Mr. Prakash name is in the folio number 33. Now Mohit name will be in folio number 167 because there are other also in between. So folio number 167 will comprise of the name of Mr. Mohit. Now further resolved further that Mr. Mohit Bakshi, company secretary of the company, be and is hereby authorized to make necessary endorsement on reverse of the share certificate and to make entries in register of the share transfer and to do all other necessary acts in this regard to give effect to the above resolution. So this is the final resolution which is to be provided, and here ends your compliances regarding to your shares and the formation of the company itself. So tomorrow and onwards we will be taking meetings, directors, and other things which are given in your syllabus. So if you want, we can just show you what else is there which we can take up further. Yeah. So here we have done with. So from tomorrow and onwards we will start with the meetings, the types of the meetings and what are the various what are the essentials of a valid meeting. Okay, and then AGM also. and then there are certain other secretarial practices regarding the agenda, quorum, resolution, and the notice and this and director's report also. This is also one of the part which we will be doing. What are the duties of the company secretary regarding this? Then quorum, actually this we will do after the quorum itself. So this I will exchange this over here. Okay, the remaining things are regarding the small topics, associate company, free reserves, officer in default. Nothing more is there. So there is a I think we will be able to finish it off within the specified given classes. Need not to take any extra class for it. Okay. So yeah. So any question, anyone else, if you would like to ask me something over here, or should I ask you? Or anything else related to the things which we are studying. If you want to share something, you're most welcome. Yes, anyone? Anything else? Yes.
No, sir.
Yeah, Saurabh. Okay, nothing. So please decide the timing for your quizzes and other things also. How many quizzes we have given? We have undertaken? Yes.
3, sir.
3, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So we'll go for the remaining part of the remaining quizzes also soon. Maybe not in this week. Maybe in the next week itself. Up till now, so I will take 3 more quizzes in the next week. Okay, and I will take it anytime. So whatever I have taught you till now will be asked in those quizzes. So those who have attended the classes sincerely and seriously, they will be able to answer those quizzes in a better way.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, can you please postpone the due date of assignment? Can you make it Saturday?
Okay, fine. It can be on Saturday, but
yeah,
not because fine, not later than Saturday. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then after Saturday, I will start deducting the marks like other assignments itself. Fine.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So I was about to give you one more assignment today, but I'm not giving you because you have already asked for the postponement of this.
No, sir, like you can give both assignment, but you need to do that on Sunday then.
Along with this particular assignment, you can submit that.
Yeah.
Actually, it is just regarding I just want you to prepare a flow chart about the incorporation of companies, which you have already done before also, I think. So
yes,
it's okay, no problem. Just remember the compliances which we have just now done. We can just because these are very, very important also from the point of view of means when you will be going in the practice. So this all things you must know and understand that what actually happens when the shares are transferred, when the shares are issued, right? Forfeiture and all, which because I have told you these things accordingly. Right, guys? So still 10 minutes are there for a class to end. So anything you would like to tell me or share something regarding whatever you are doing these days, or any help you want from my side, or anything means about your future plans.
Sir.
Okay, let me just see how many of you come on video now. On your video now, anyone?
Sir.
Those who can do it. Let me see how many of you can come face to face over here. Come on, have some courage.
Sir, right now I have some network issues, sir.
Okay. Yes. How many of you can? Come on. Jamima, Ankit, Abhigyan, Ritam.
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good.
Sir,
so you have changed the background.
Hi, yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Wave today
sir,
count.
Hi, yes, sir. That day I texted you on WhatsApp regarding something that I started.
Regarding?
Sir, something that I started like a blog. I texted you on WhatsApp that day, sir. Some days back.
I will see it once again. Actually,
Yes.
I was very much occupied during these days
Yes,
because
sir.
of the workshops and all. If you are on the Facebook, you would have seen.
Yes,
that,
sir. You are attending the conferences.
Yeah. So keep on doing those.
Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
Anyone, anything? Yeah. Anyone, anything else? So only Pritam is courageous enough to just show his video. Nobody else.
So mine is not working. I could do that.
So Ankit also is there. Okay, Saurabh, yours is not working. So Ankit, what about your microphone? Is it still working or not? Your video is working, nahi? Yeah, Abhigyan, very good. Great. Who else? Nobody else. Fine. Great and good. So hope you guys are all safe along with your families. Right? Are you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Yes, sir. So keep yourself safe and don't move here and there outside. Don't try to just, adventure yourself outside somewhere. Okay. And please, whatsoever is there, you can, whatsoever is there with you at your home, just try to have that. Okay. Don't venture out. Don't take risk and don't take, make anyone else's life also risky. Yeah.
Sir,
You want to say something?
so just want to ask something. Is college open for libraries and all that?
What?
Is college library open?
Yeah, college library is open.
Okay.
Entire college is open.
Okay, sir. Like I just live nearby the college, so I can maybe come in the evening. I just was thinking
Not
that.
in evening. Don't come in evening. It will be closed by 5 o'clock. Then you have to come in
Yeah.
daytime itself.
Okay, sir.
But at present, means if you are coming alone, then it is okay. Don't come in a team.
No, sir. I just live nearby at my farmhouse.
And please ask your HOD also
Yes,
that
sir.
to what extent you can extend your means you can access your library to any of the because again I don't know, but there may be restrictions for you to access your library. Whatever extent it can be done, you can just check it with your head of department. I can't commit that, right? Fine, guys. So thank you, and it was very nice seeing three of you. Yeah, Sanya, and you want to say something? Want to ask something? Yes, Sanya. Hand was raised. Sanya, your hand is raised. Want to say something? Okay, fine. Then we will meet soon. So let me just take the attendance. Yeah. So Sanya, Asta Khandelwal, Abhigyan Gupta, Aditya, Arpan Mishra, Ashutosh Mercy, Ashmit, Ayush Bothra, Ishpreet Singh, Jamima, Karan Agarwal, Kaushal Agarwal, Meghna Dhuria, Naveen Chandlani, Navya Singh, Neha Singh Rathore, Pritam Milan, Raghav Dubey, Sambhav Garg, Sanya, Sarvan Sinha, Saurabh Yadav, Shahid Chauhan, Shara Khan, Shreya Dharan, Shubham Singh Rana, Tushar Khandelwal, Vanshika Sunil, Yashwardhan Tiwari. So these were there in the class today. Fine. So fine, guys. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Have a nice
you,
day,
sir.
Take care.
Same to
Take
you,
care.
sir.
Bye.